Welcome back, everybody. IGN Live, San Diego Comic-Con, brought to you by Lucy and the Evil Within. Now it's time to take a look at some upcoming Nintendo games. My name is Damon. This is, of course, Greg, Brian, and Daniel from Nintendo is here to show us Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, so we're here to show off some of Bayonetta 2. I know we showed some stuff at E3, but we actually brought a new level, a new chapter of the game to show off here. So you get a chance to see some new aspects of the game. Right here, as we're starting, this is the intro mode, the loading screen, where you have a chance to practice and understand the different moves and combos you have there. Right now,
really went all out with level design.
The level design, it's a nice little amorphous world to kind of get used to what's going on and understand how Bayonetta is able to use her blades and her guns in this current set as well. Guns off her feet and blades on her hands. The Love is Blue pistol set. So we'll jump in here to the first chapter. So as you can see here, this is a new chapter of the game. This is the second chapter in the game you'll be playing through. What's really cool here, you'll see a lot of various aspects of the level design, the water flow. And what's been really interesting is the developers started talking about how they were traveling to Italy and to other parts of Europe to become inspired by different aspects of this. Like even here with the water flow and what's going on here in the design, they went to different churches, they went to Venice, to get an understanding of how they wanted to build this really elaborate world you're going into.
How fine is the line between research and vacation? I mean, it seems like, oh, we'll put it in Italy, we'll go check it out, too.
Greg, as a member of video game media, you should know.
Hence why you're here, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I'm working hard, getting the scoops for you.
So this actually happened to me when I was in Venice.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, of course. So all these different creatures jumped out at you. What's interesting, though, even though it is, right now the area that Bayonetta is in right now is called Purgatoria, where she's basically trying to go back to recover Jean, her friend, who basically her soul was ripped out of her in what you saw in the trailers and in the very beginning of the game. And that's why she's in this area trying to find a way to rescue her friend. And here you're seeing a lot of the different enemies you'll be going through and the different moves you're able to pull off in the game. It is all about combos as well. You really are trying to perfect everything as much as possible, especially with the different medals you're able to earn as you go through the game. And each chapter is broken up into verses, and you're trying to earn different medals as you go through that. Very fun.
You talked about these medals here. Brian, you were telling me last night you played, and you were really happy to get the stone medal.
I did, yes. So I finished the level, and I got the stone award, and I was excited, and the Nintendo rep said, actually, that's the worst thing you can get.
That's no good.
It's not even an award, really.
No, the stone medal is the lowest medal you can get. But what's cool, though, here he got
see, that's what you should have got.
Yes.
But even but even better than gold is platinum, and then even pure platinum, which is based on how well you're able to go through the game. And to get pure platinum, you have to actually take 0 hits.
What? Oh, wow.
Yeah, so no hits at all to get through that. And even as you're playing through the game, each chapter is broken up into verses. So what's going on here right now, he was about to go to the next story point in the game, but actually went backwards and found a secret verse. Oh. So in order to get all the medals for every chapter, they're not all just sequential. Sometimes you have to find secret areas or go backtracking to find other ways to accomplish and get every medal possible for a different chapter.
So how intimidating was it to come at Bayonetta 2? Like, the first Bayonetta is such a cult classic. Everyone, there's this group of people who love it so much. To get another one, they were first excited, but then that quickly turned to don't screw it up.
Yeah, very true. And what's been really great too, they put a lot of effort in this. They did understand they wanted to build on what Bayonetta 1 had created, and really build a much more vibrant environment. Even go crazy with the combos and the enemies going on. And what's even really interesting is that this time around, you're fighting not just angels, but you're also fighting demons in this game. And what's really great too for that fan service you're bringing up for the people of Bayonetta 1 is that when you do buy the game, you'll be able to get both copies, Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2. And it's a bit of an updated version of Bayonetta 1 in there. And it is 2 separate discs in there, so you'll get both inside the packaging. And with Bayonetta 1, you'll even have the ability to use costumes from some of the Nintendo franchises.
So this is the ultimate Bayonetta collection.
Yes, you could call it that. That'd be a good way to look at it.
And this is a reminder to our viewers at home, you can be part of the show. Just like IGN on Facebook, and then use hashtag IGN Live to ask us questions. We will answer your questions live here on the show. Yep. Now, Daniel, what are we seeing here?
Oh, so right here, what Bayonetta is meeting one of the characters that you're introduced to early on in the game, who kind of, when you first go into Purgatoria, you notice this character, and you're trying to learn more about who this person is, and he's eventually, this boy is actually helping you through, even fighting sometimes, and you're trying to work with them to get to where you need to in the game. And what you just saw right there a minute ago, too, was Bayonetta turning into a panther, which you can do by double-tapping ZR, and it's kind of she just quickly is able to move through levels faster.
You're ripping off Michael Jackson.
That's one way to look at the possibility of that. But no, I mean, it's its own panther. It's like more of a magical creature in itself, so.
We're skipping through cutscenes to save.
Yes.
No spoilers here.
Yes, that is true. No spoilers. And each of those cutscenes is starting up a new verse along those lines as well.
So how long are people looking at to play Bayonetta 2? Like, obviously, there's the story, but then you're talking about these secrets. You're talking about platinums. What are you expecting?
Well, I mean, that's the replayability of the game as well. I mean, we haven't revealed how long the game is yet. So it's going to be a lot of fun to just be able to play through the game and then that replayability to go back and re-hit those assets you didn't get through. Even replaying some aspects of the game in multiplayer, which we talked about a little bit at E3 with something called Tag Climax. We'll have more details of that coming up soon as well.
No, not now.
Not now, sorry, not right now.
You almost had to.
But here's actually a really cool move. You actually see Bayonetta is able to jump on the back of one of the creatures and start riding it around and then basically suplex it down to finish it off.
I was not able to do this yesterday.
But this didn't go as well for you yesterday?
No, not as well. There was a lot of blood, but it was mine.
Oh. Now her hair, still her clothes.
Her hair is still her clothes, which also is how she's able to use a lot of her special moves within the game as well. And she's able to bring out different aspects. You see those kind of fist punching from nowhere. That's really her hair just calling upon different aspects of the demons she's able to go through. And even right here, if you're like, oh, he's actually going back and forth and exploring. Looking right here, again, it's all about the water. And as I said, when they went on that trip to Italy and other parts of Europe, they really just spent a lot of time looking at churches, seeing how light reflected.
They're in the church like, what if a panther ran through?
How would the light reflect on it?
So we went through all those aspects as well.
So you talked about some of the unlockable costumes, which is actually really interesting as a Nintendo fan.
In Bayonetta 1.
Yeah. So how did those kind of come together?
That's I guess the developers. I didn't really work with the developers specifically on that, but they basically worked with Nintendo since it is a collaboration of us, and they kind of want to update Bayonetta 1 and give some fan service to it as well, being that Nintendo's taking over the franchise. So you have a chance to see, as I said, Samus is in there. You'll have a chance to even play with Zelda, Princess Zelda, and things like that. And what's cool though too, when you use certain characters, what's really interesting is that the halos will actually make a different sound. They'll be like coins from Nintendo. Yep. And instead of actually seeing what the demons popping out like Bayonetta's able to do when she's shooting those giant fists, you'll actually see Bowser. You'll see Bowser's thing coming into play as well. But here again, he's just going. Gil's going to find another secret verse before he went up the stairs. He backtracked a little bit as well to get through here. Oh, by the way, Gil, as I just mentioned his name, is the one playing the game right now.
Good job, Gil.
Nice work, Gil.
Gil is playing the game for us right now.
He immediately tanks.
I know.
Stone medals on everything.
And as you said too, the torture attacks as well. You mentioned right here, Bayonetta is whipping this enemy into a giant guillotine essentially, and crushing them in that. And those are those torture attacks you're able to do as well, which really brings a lot of vibrance to the game and a lot of violence.
The kiss is a nice touch, though.
Yes, she is nice about it. She did just basically kill them, but nicely.
Yeah, she murders them in front of their friends in a giant cage full of spikes, and then she's like, we're still friends. There's still love here.
No hard feelings.
So in a nutshell, what is the story of Bayonetta 2?
Well, what we revealed so far of the story, as I kind of was going a little bit, is in the beginning you are trying to fight off the angels that you're used to from Bayonetta 1, and then what happening is all of a sudden Jean's soul is stolen away by one of the demons. Essentially, Bayonetta calls one of her demons down to attack one of the angels, and the demon turns on her, which is a completely different act because you've always only fought angels in the first game. In this one, you're fighting not just angels, but demons. And as to why that's happening, we don't know. So that's basically what's going on here right now.
Now we do have a question from one of our viewers from Facebook. You can pull that up here. AJ Guthridge asks, has the hardware of the Wii U allowed to bring in environments without sacrificing frame rate, unlike the trade-off decision that had to be made with Bayonetta 1?
No, that's when the developers are really putting a lot of effort into, is making sure that the game does run constantly, as you've been watching, in extremely high frame rate. I know this question came up from you guys as well during E3, and they are making a very huge effort to make sure the frame rate is as high as possible and not being limited by the hardware, especially.
They're very excited about that.
Actually, the audience outside very excited for hearing about Bayonetta 2. And right now, this is actually one of the final bosses of this chapter that we're playing through right now. And I'm not sure if you can quite notice, but she's actually walking on the side of a building right now.
Oh.
See, that giant church steeple you saw outside before, she's now running up this tower. And that's where the windows are sideways.
Oh, it's like 1950s Batman.
Yes.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
A
So I
decade
noticed
off.
she's got this awesome move. So that's her hair, but every now and then she's got this high heel boot that just kind of comes down and crushes people.
Yes.
Yeah,
there
it
it is.
is.
That's
There
part,
it is.
yeah, that's part of that. And that, again, is part of her special attacks, where she's actually using her calling of the demons to bring them out and cause those fist punches.
And by people, I mean giant tortured monsters.
Yes.
With tails for arms and faces on them.
Please put me on.
And to be fair, this is actually an angel right now. This is
Really?
not-
The hell it is.
Come on.
Don't come in here.
Hell is where the demons are more than I expect.
Oh man, what is she doing to this poor thing?
Here to help.
You sympathize with the demons here.
I do. I mean, I don't know.
And this is one of her finishing moves, the Umbran Climax, calling upon one of her demons, the giant toad.
She had that in her hair?
Oh, no, she used the hair to basically call upon the demon out
Got it.
of the demon world to bring her out, and the toad
Delicious.
Yes.
Demons are delicious.
There's no way
That was
he
an
enjoyed
angel.
that.
He's a demon eating the angel.
Silver, not as good as gold this time on Gil's part.
Boo, Gil! We cheered for you.
Better
You let
than
us
Stone.
down. You let down everyone.
But it's true.
Daniel,
So,
thank
yeah.
you so much for bringing Bayonetta 2 by.
course.
Looks fantastic. It's out in October.
October of this year, we'll hopefully have a release date soon for you guys, and even more details about Tag Climax. And again, when you do buy the game, you get Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 in the same package.
Very cool. Very exciting. Stay tuned, everybody. We have so much more to show you, so much more to talk about from Comic-Con. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.